Hello again, and thank you for joining me. Today, I thought you might like to see me do the back of the front cover and a little prep work that we have to do here on the spine. Although I've figured that it's probably going to have to be covered in lace, which is just fine. But that black embossed title was not going to do the trick at all. So, a little gesso that can now dry, and this Sugar Belle has been wonderful for using the gesso. Everything stayed nice and dry and out of the cap, which is wonderful. So, I have figured on these 2 pages from my new much-loved papers. So we're going to put those 2 in the front here. There will just be room enough if I cut these down. And this one on the back, and the back of the book. The back of the book is going to be this one. Oh yes, because we do have some green on the front. I'm going to take a moment now to add a little dry to this. This gesso is fast drying, but here we go. There we go. And the lace will cover a multitude of sins. And let's get this up with some 50% alcohol. I think I'm going to start here at the back, but I have checked out, and although I haven't used it in the book, I've used various shades of the neutral. In fact, I used one, I put a little bit of blue on it. This is going to be Distress Oxide Forest Moss, and I think the reason is green, because of the feature color on the slow stitch front cover is green, and all of these papers are featuring that green, so we're off to the races. Let me get a piece of paper here so that I can really dig in. And leave enough here and plenty around the edges. Yes. wondering. I'm just wondering if this won't what did I just see over here? I saw this. I'm just wondering if a little bit of that, wowzers, yes it worked. Soft brush, one of those dollar packages with 1,500 brushes in it, and some of them are quite nice. The rest of them have gone to their reward in the garbage can a long time ago. Right now, make sure we got the edges on these. Not quite as much as I would like. Having a little more here. Okay. And on the edge here, here, and there. Yes. Let's get in here. I'm afraid this is not going to be a seriously fascinating experience for you, but these things have to be done, and I have to be honest, I wanted the company. front. It's going to have the slow stitch project on the front. Just a little bit in there. So, I know that you are not going to want to see me sit and cut paper to fit these pages, so I'm going to do a little housekeeping along that shore and apply some of them. We'll save the back of the cover for when we meet again in a few minutes. Well, here we are now with the linings for the front, which picks up a little bit of the color I'm planning for the front cover. And I'm glad I checked before, because the picture of the digi that we had for this was the pieces were too big and there were birds that would have been going this way. And so the back of the book. And I've labeled them top and top so that we don't have any calamity here. Although on this piece I don't think it would make a humongous amount of difference. However, you don't need aggravation like that. This is heavyweight copy paper. And so since I'm adding we're adding wet glue here at the edges, we have no time to dilly-dally. And of course I'm running it off the edge. And this is just to make me feel safe more than for any other reason. And here we go. Here we are. This one needs to come down just a little bit. I have a little wiggle room here. Not terribly much. Not terribly much. Now this will probably have a little bit lace over the edge. It's not quite making me happy. I hope I haven't ruined my favorite piece of paper. I hope we have not ruined. No, that's much better. So, back cover. Very nice. I'm believing that we have an extra time, since I've had to take so much time with housekeeping, that tomorrow we'll find some pretties to make for these pockets. Maybe there, maybe back here. We'll see. I'll be back tomorrow. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Things have been rather hectic on my planet this week, so this is my first opportunity to get back to making 2 writing spots for the pockets in the Altered Book Journal. Last time we met, we lined these first 2 pages and the back cover and the inside of the 2 back pages. So we're all ready to go. We just have a few pages left to cover and some pretties to make, and we will be ready to apply the slow stitch project that I'm working on for this lovely. I thought today we would do 2 side pockets and get them completed. I'm going to use this piece of coffee dyed paper for a backer for this writing spot, and then we will collage them. Yes, we're ready to go. Alrighty. Now, I suppose it's possible to, no, I don't think it would be possible really to use this, because it's still a little thin. Even though I've glued 2 together, I think we need a better writing spot for back there. So let's do this one first. I hope all of you are doing well and are coping with our world as we know it. Florida is, as you know, in quite a pickle, and so my husband and I are being particularly careful. I don't expect this to be an exact fit, because that would not be necessary. But a little trim should be all that it needs. And here at the top. So, put that aside for future use. And this one, I think we'll use the lighter side as the front. I'm going to be using some scraps that you can see over here for the collaging. There we go. That should make an attractive writing place. we have it. Now let's find something. Let's find something on one of these piles of lefties. Oh, I do like that. I do like a door, and this is from Rachel at Roxy Creations. I think we'll use one of her Italian doors. I'll use the whole piece. That's good. Now, what else? What else shall we have? Ooh, that might be very nice. That might be quite nice. These are her collection of greens that I was looking all over for and didn't realize that I had kept it in this box. Oh my, when you have too many places for things, that's what happens. Okay, let's find a little script. Oh, doesn't that do? Yes. Let's just have a little script now. And right down to about there. Well, that will give us a nice collage background. That one. Now let's do something different. For this one. What have we here? Oh, isn't that pretty? Isn't that just pretty? Pretty violin or viola, I don't know which. Come down a little further here. Back all the way. Yes. Let's have a little blue. We don't have too much blue in this altered book journal. Have a sip. Right there. Oh yes. Right here. Better that way. All the difference. All of the difference. Plus the music. And a musical instrument. Happiness is. Alrighty, I'm going to do some housekeeping now and get these attached. And I'll be back and we'll see what we're going to do to add another layer. Well now, the choices are butterflies, flowers, birdies, and labels. The top rung on that ladder now. We already have some birdies here, so we really don't need any more birdies there. But I might like to cover that area a little bit. And I might have something that might just do the job. That's a possibility. Nope. Need something with a little more punch. We need a little more punch. Oh my. That might just do it. Let's see what we think about that one. Not that one. Not enough of a statement. No, we'll leave that there for the moment and we'll come over to this one. I'm thinking a nice butterfly might be a good startup. And add a little color. Or a lot of color in case of some of these. Too dull. Too dull. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. That might just be it. Now we cannot do too much here because this book is going to get a little bit overblown if we do this. So maybe just a quick fussy cut here. Maybe just. When I said quick, I was not kidding. A very quick fussy cut. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we have left. Well, now, I like that. I shall have to add antennae, but that's okay. As long as we have a uniball signal, we have antennae. And maybe, do we have anything here in the labels? Pick a flower on earth and move the farthest star. I think so. I do think so. Yes. Now, this one, not yet. Not yet. Ooh. Color there is excellent for that. Oh yes, and we can still have one birdie. And the colors work so well together. Yes, they do. Alrighty. Let's troll for another one of these. I think that might be able to use a little bit of green. Not a huge amount. Just a little more green down here. I think so. Right there. Oh, and maybe catawampus. Very nice. Alrighty. Make that the edges around that a little bit smaller. And then I think we can say that we have accomplished 2 writing spots without letting the pieces get too thick, because fabric or lace would be lovely, but the book won't stand it. I'll be right back. Well, here we are for show and tell with our finished products for today. As you'll remember, we did the inside pages on the front and back of our journal, and the back cover, which I'm really tickled with, especially as it goes very nicely with the piece of slow stitching that I'm working on. And this, I decided, is the place for this writing spot, and I added a little bit of stenciling to the back just because sometimes I cannot resist. Stenciling is what I love doing. And so this piece fits just perfectly in this pocket, and even if it hangs out a little bit, I think it will be very pretty. So this will be going here, and back here on one of our unfinished pages, I thought this will go in here, and this little bit of pink will show nicely right there. So, if you have enjoyed today's project, please consider watching again, giving me a thumbs up, and I would appreciate your subscribing to my channel. See you soon. Bye now.